I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And right away, he lost the football. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On third down, Jackson. Flushed out right. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Allen Bailey coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up fourth. Here's Sam Cook now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And taken right at the 35. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their own 46. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all. Week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking deep for Julio. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. From the 35 on second down, Jackson dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Let's go now.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And an alley to run. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Set, ready. Pittsburgh. 2 runners, set.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 22-yard line.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
They'll run on first down. Ingram. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. In on the step. DeMonte Casey.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Falcons.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Like 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive, as this is 3rd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Desmond Trufant with a sack. The corner blitz hits home. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. We're scoreless after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter with no score. Justin Tucker on for the field goal. A 41-yard attempt.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, They have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
Blue 80. Check 48's the mark. 51, south.
On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Jalen Ferguson in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Brings up 3rd down.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the shotgun, Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. To throw is Ryan. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided if there was a time to be aggressive, now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. On 2nd down now. It's Ingram, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Mark 22, Mark 22. Mark twist. Mark 22, he's coming, 22's coming.
From the gun, Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Tucker on for the field goal. A 53-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal, please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. And with that, folks, I want to remind you to join the NFL Salute to Service. This season, the NFL and its players are honoring those who proudly serve our country, and fans are encouraged to join NFL players in writing letters to service members and their families. To learn how you can send your letter today, visit NFL.com/salute. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. Now it's Ryan. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 41-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, 41 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday you have to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Escaping the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Tack McKinley picks up his second sack of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Throwing is Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike, check.
Now Jackson operating from the gun and unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
This is brought in at the 21. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Mike Partner. Heavy on the edges.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time. And I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Mike, check. 59. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns is going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half here, it's Jackson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Now the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Check. Crunch. 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 Go. Go.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Freeman again. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. Now Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a 1st. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
21.
From the gun, it's Ryan. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 45-yard line.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
39. Check.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the 27, Ryan. And his throw here's incomplete. They were looking that time to get it to Justin Hardy, and it's 3rd and short.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Switch. 6-6. Pull it high. Out. 51. Down.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Looks like Ryan's going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on 4th down. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now Jackson back into his end zone. And they're going to sack him again, the 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game This close.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. 67 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a...
And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now it's Jackson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And that is incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. On 1st down, it's Freeman. Freeman a 1st down and more. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons push further out in front. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruined Yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when attack like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash. They slept on the team, now they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the...
The NFL is on EA Sports as we come to you from Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Kansas City Chiefs and our home team. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. First and 10, here's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Mahomes now on first down. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. On third and long, it's Mahomes. Being chased out left. He is going to find Hill here. Hill shedding the tackle. And that one results in 35 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Yellow, let's go on, 80. Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day.
Now McCoy. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Yellow.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. Third and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
You got 3 down, 3 yellow. 31's the right. I'm coming after you.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker, and it's fourth.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for, but this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
And the kick by Butker is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd and a couple, Rivers. And the catch made, it's Patton. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running on first down, Eckler. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Hey, Rocket.
On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers. He's got his man. It's Williams. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end.
You better be ready. 89.
Now Gordon on first down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The pick 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Reggie Ragland. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Derwin James with a pick. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
I think what a lot of teams count on is defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run and everyone else stays ready. And they were, and they picked that one off.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. They come up in an offset eye.
Watch the curve. Watch the curve. Slam, slam, slam.
First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Now, that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
Second down and goal. Rivers escaping the pressure right, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. It'll definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Chargers have taken the lead. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big pickup of 38. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Yellow.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. To try again after the sack, Mahomes. And he finds a man. That's Watkins. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 26. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Mahomes now to throw. Buying time to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. off the draw. Here's Williams. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Attack!
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Watkins, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. I don't need to. Get him. At 58.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Butker's kick here is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorites.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad. Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
They're 180! 180! 53! Come on, baby. Alpha! Red Delta! Turn up!
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
Slam, slam, slam! White!
Rivers now. Got a man. It's his tight end, Lance Kendricks. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 45-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. Touchdown, LA! Melvin Gordon, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead is up to 8. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. 31's the mic. You don't know no better. 31's the mic.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 36. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That's complete to Robinson. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 30 yards. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Come on, QB, come on.
They're going to try and run for it, but he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Hey, wahoo! 53 is the mark. 53, check 53. Bring it!
Wait, 89!
Now on 2nd and 13. Rivers. He's got his tight end complete. It's Green. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
To throw is Rivers. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Alex Okafor. Allen, the intended receiver. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
49 is the mark. 49 is the mark.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Dancing to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Check 26, check 26. Yellow. 49 is the mic, 149. Check.
On 3rd down, here's McCoy. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Temptation there certainly to go for this, but I think you have to kick it, right?
The temptation coming from the fantasy owners, right? I mean, there are some that are going to want to kick it because they may have that kicker, but overall, get more yardage, maybe a chance for a touchdown. But no, absolutely not. Run that field goal kicker out there. Kick it. You got to take the chance to take the lead right now. You don't want to put it back on your defense.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. 49 is the mark. Yellow. Go. 49.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And no, it's incomplete. Casey Hayward, the Pro Bowler, there to knock it away. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, 65 yards. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game.